All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to start off by giving all praises and blessings to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect, pushing this word in 100% truth, according to the doctrine of Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, as it is written, in the scriptures, via prophecy. All right. And shalom to the women and children who watch and who learn from these videos. Okay. The name of this video, I think I'm going to go with uh, A Tale of Two Horns. The party's over with. All right. And basically, I'm just going to go into a scripture, right? If I can make it through. All right. And we're going to go into Revelation 13 and 11. All right. And this is going to be the first scripture I'm going to start off with. Revelation 13 and 11. This is a prophecy, all right? This is a Bible prophecy of something that was going to happen in the future, all right? And it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth." Okay, and he had two horns like a lamb. Well, America, the West, is that other beast, all right? America, Babylon the Great, ancient Egypt, Assyria, all of that is here wrapped up in one called America, all right? Uh, um, if you're reading the Apocrypha, if you're a student of the Apocrypha, well, then the word for America would be Arsareth, all right? Arsareth, which is located in the Apocrypha, which pretty much means bitter, okay? Bitter, and this place has become totally bitter, okay? Um, you know, you make more money, okay, and now things have went up four times. You make one time more money, and things have gone up 4 and 5 times, okay, of what they normally were, or not going up, but the prices have declined, okay, which is making a lot of people bitter, okay. Um, these two horns, which, are the Democrat and Republican Party, um, you know, they send money overseas, okay, across seas to other places for, frivolous things, okay, while the citizens of America are here starving. A lot of them are about to starve and lose out on health benefits. Okay, uh, what is it called? Supplemental nutrition assistance program, SNAP. Okay, a lot of people uh, have had their SNAP cut in half. All right, so where they would normally get $250, now they may get $125. Okay. Um, and so, and what's and who's instigating this? All right, how is this starting? Okay, what's and it's because of these political parties are holding out. Um, they're trying to please their handlers. Okay, and their handlers in most cases and situations are big companies. All right, big companies, countries. All right, which you have APAC. All right, some of these Israeli um, business people are making deals morning and night. Okay, uh, they're practicing morning and night, and at night for most of these Edomites, uh, nighttime means sleep. Okay, for a regular 9 to 5 working Edomite, all right, Esau Edomite, all right, but for these elites, okay, nighttime they're practicing. Okay, they're coming up with plans and strategies of how to crash the account. I say the account to crash the economy. All right, and and our people, okay, our people are stuck, okay, believing in one party or the other. Let me, okay, it's called the Great Switch. How the Republicans and Democrat parties flipped ideologies. All right. It says the political shift between Republicans and Democrats in the 1960s was primarily caused by the Democratic Party's embrace of the civil rights movement. Okay. Which led to a major realignment of voters along racial and ideological lines, particularly in the American South. Okay, key factors contributing to this shift include civil rights legislation. The Democratic Party under President John F. Kennedy and Lyndon B. Johnson began actively supporting federal civil rights legislation, while Southern Democrats, who largely favored segregation, felt alienated by their party's new stance and began to switch their alliance to the Republican Party. What just happened? What the hell just happened? I hate that. I hate when that happens. It just, let me ask you the question again. Was the civil rights movement and subsequent passage of landmark civil rights legislation? Okay, so you know, pretty much uh, during the 1960s, you had Democrats um, who were mostly, you know, uh, you know, uh, against civil rights. All right, and you had the Republicans who were for civil rights. All right, the Democrats supported uh, Jim Crow. Okay, and it's pretty much the same thing now. And you people, all right, and I may have it mixed up, but I'm pretty sure. Uh, let's see, we can read some more. It says these issues realigned the political landscape, particularly in the American South, and was accompanied by the rise of a new conservative movement within the Republican Party. The Civil Rights Movement and the Southern Strategy. Before the 1960s, the Democrat Party included a substantial, powerful, segregationist Southern wing, while the Republican Party was historically associated with emancipation. And you know what emancipation is? Emancipation was when they transferred the slaves from the South to the North to work in the North. Okay, they weren't freed, but they were just transferred from the South to the North. All right. And so the Democrats supported segregation. Okay, they weren't for integration. All right, they didn't want you drinking at their water fountains, or they didn't want you eating at the same counter that the so-called a so-called white family ate at. All right, that was the Democratic Party. Now, it did shift. All right, but there was pretty much no change. All right, there was no change. For the past 70 years, the Democratic Party has done nothing to improve the condition of the so-called blacks here in America. All right, they've contributed. Okay, they have contributed to the decline of black wealth and prosperity here in America. Okay, they have contributed to that. Okay, and now, you know, you know, you people, okay, you Jakes, you're so you're so pro Democrat, okay, or some of you're pro Republican, okay, in which neither one of these parties, all right, neither one of these parties are for you so-called blacks, all right, Native Americans, all right, or so-called Hispanics. So let me get another scripture, all right. Let me see. Um. Darn. Um. Oh man. One second. All right. Isaiah 30:3. All right. It says, "Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame." All right. And Pharaoh is just another way of saying king. All right. In which America just went through a thing called No King's Day. All right. In which this guy DJ Trump, okay, he's very a very wise individual, and he doesn't really have to assume power as king. All right, he has a way to work around it, and that's what he's doing. Okay, with all of these legislation that he's pushing. All right, these policies that he's pushing. All right, uh, even though he hasn't assumed, all right, a kingmanship. All right, uh, but he's very close to working and maneuvering as a king. All right. And so you people, you voted for Trump. Okay, and you're gonna vote for whoever runs next. Okay, which I believe it could be which I believe it could be okay if another election comes along. I really don't think another election is going to come. Now I'm getting all these texts, but maybe Michelle Obama. Okay, but I don't think another election is going to come. I know J.B. Pritzker has said to want to run as well. But you people, oh, Salakia, you trust in these political parties, okay? And even though I just made the statement, in the last 70 years, the Democratic Party has done nothing for so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, pretty much. Okay, uh, the scriptures didn't say that. Okay, that these parties would support you. All right, and so now, all right, the strength that you have given these presidents and these political figures. Okay, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Okay, and now people are risking. I don't maybe they'll turn on the benefits. But this is deeper and bigger than some SNAP benefits. This is way deeper than that. Okay, for the past 20, no, for the past 30 years, I have to think when I first read "Behold the Pale Horse." All right, um, jobs have been are leaving the country. Okay, and and now, okay, the remaining factory jobs that are left and warehouse jobs that are left, um, you have robots now operating and doing the work at these places, and so more people are getting laid off. And with those layoffs come store closings, because those people have their favorite stores and shops that they go to. All right, and now they're not no longer able to go to those stores and shops, and so those stores and shops close. All right, and you can go to the door shall be shut in the streets. All right, which but I'm just keeping it moving. All right, and the doors are going to be shut in the streets, and you find that scripture and read it. All right, let me see. I don't really want to leave from this page. All right, let me see. No, let me see. I can find it on another page. What did I just say? Um, let me see. Wait, did he? It didn't go. Did I spell something wrong? What the heck just happened? I didn't put that. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Um, 1 second. Mhm. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 4. Salakia. It says, and the door, I don't know why it's showing so small, but it says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. All right. The doors will be, the doors to a lot of these jobs, these grocery store chains. All right. You have, what do you call them? Cashiers. Okay. Um, you know, once now that there are no jobs coming back, they're going to start laying people off. Okay, and then you're going to have, then it's going to be down to two lines inside of the grocery store, long lines. All right, it's going to be two cashiers there. Some days there maybe one. Okay, and this is due to your political parties, your Democrats and Republican parties. Okay. Uh, so back to Isaiah 30 and 3, it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Okay? Because this guy is, he's strong, all right? But he's not sharing the power with you, Jakes. Okay, you common Jakes out there. You're not, his power is not trickling down to you. Okay? He's going to make sure that he's okay. All right? So it says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. All right. And so people are, you know, are in a very confused state. Uh, Today being November the 7th, Friday the November the 7th. Okay. And like I said, earlier, if you got $250 in SNAP benefit, then they would give you 125. Okay. And so this is just going to grow. Okay. While Pharaoh, okay, or Nero, okay, he's just going to uh, grow in his strength. Okay. His strength is going to grow. You're going to see. Okay. Um, Let me see. Wow, 11:40 already. Time flies. So let's go back to the AI. It says the prime. Okay. So in 70 years, the Democratic Party has done nothing for so-called black people. Neither has the Republican Party. All right. It says the Republican Party was only historically associated with emancipation. Okay, and that was for bringing so-called blacks and Native Americans, all right, from the South to the North. Democratic shift, Presidents John F. Kennedy and Lyndon Baines Johnson Both Democrats began to aggressively pursue civil rights legislation in early 1960s, most notably the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This support for racial equality caused a massive defection of white Southern voters who had been a reliable Democratic voting bloc for a century. All right. Republican Southern strategy. Republican strategists include Richard Nixon, which was a president, recognized and capitalized on this racial backlash. All right. Employing a Southern strategy to draw these disaffected, racially conservative white Democrats into uh, the Republican fold. Voter realignment. As a result, African American voters largely shifted their alliance to the Democratic Party, while white Southerners became a strong Republican uh, consistency. All right. All right. All right. I'm just reading. All right. Law and Order. All right. The Vietnam War. Democratic. All right. And so, you know, and so now you people praise, all right, the Democrats or the Republicans, but now, all right, now no one trusts either party. Okay, so the party's pretty much over, as the title says, man. Okay, and the Lord is about to return, and it's going to be total. Okay, party over. Okay, because you like to party. Nobody told you to party. Inside joke. You see, in essence, the party platforms did not flip overnight. But the 1960s saw a crucial and rapid realignment, primarily driven by the party's diverging stance on civil rights and social issues, which laid the foundation for the regional and biological party divisions that exist today. Um, all right, and these political parties, they go back, okay, to ancient Rome, all right. So that's that beast, okay. That's that beast. All right. It's that beast coming back. All right. What was that? With that in Revelation 13 and 11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. All right. In verse 12. All right. It says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. Okay, and that would be the Roman Empire. All right. And causes the earth and them that dwell which dwell therein to worship the first beast whose deadly wound was healed. All right. So this was the Roman Empire. Okay. Um, Most of you people are, you know, you're modern day Romans, modern day Greeks, modern day Egyptians. Okay, but hey, this party's over with. Okay, party's over. So like I just wanted to bring that out. What was it, 11? I just wanted to bring that out. Okay, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, which he spake as a dragon. All right, and so dragons are representative, represent intelligence, high intelligence. All right, and now they're using the AI. Okay, they're AI is stepped into HR, and AI is solving equations and pretty much the prophecy. Okay, on the left hand side. Okay, strategizing. Okay, so yeah, this is not a this topic is not a crazy topic that'll get a lot of views and hits. Most of the topics that I go to are not. You know, they're just basically keeping an eye on this damn devil. All right, on him and on you people. All right, and hopefully the elect will get it, and ultimately they will, until and be edified by these videos. All right, and but the rest of you, okay, just like the Drewski skit showed, the rest of you are just you people, you see the Hebrew Israelites, and you know you don't even listen. You just, oh man, they cursing out the white people, man. Yeah, I heard them. They were saying black power, and and no one would have even said black power. Okay, but anyway, Lord, wouldn't you edify? Till next time, shalom.